Hey there! This is the best longevity workout. We'll move our brains and our bodies and let them know we love them and want them to last a long, long time. I'm Kim, and this is Deacon, and I'm 55 years old, and I've also been a teacher for over 25 years. Here at Thinking on the Move, we combine our brain and our body work to multiply our effects. I'm excited. Let's get started. Here we go. We're going to go side to side, and we crisscross our arms in front of us, and we switch off which arm is going on top. This is a brain hack. There's a lot of brainy science design going on between the movements and the activities that we do, the brain work that we do. I designed them so that we can get as much of an effect as possible. This is bilateral stimulation, where we are crossing the midline, and that is good for our brains. This is good for longevity. Also, remember, pull your abs in. I'll be reminding us, and I'm reminding me just as much as you. It protects our back and our spine, and it's good for our abs. Another brainy thing we do is we start by accessing some memories from our youth. This gets part of our brain thinking that we haven't used in a while. This is called pick your favorite. So I'll name some things and then you pick your favorite. And these are things from our youth. Soul Train, American Bandstand, or Solid Gold. The Monkees, the Osmonds, or the Jackson 5. ABBA, the Bee Gees, or the Village People. Toys R Us, Radio Shack, or KB Toys. Chia Pet, the Clapper, or Sea Monkeys. Toucan Sam, Tony the Tiger, or Cap'n Crunch. Of course, there's no right or wrong answers to those. We are just activating that part of our brain. And now we are going to move into a grapevine. And for a grapevine, it's like step, cross, behind, step, step, cross, behind, step, step, cross, behind, step. I have the hardest time with this one, and I apologize. Hardest time explaining it. And I have to also make sure I don't step on Deacon. But I'd like to have him in here because he's so cute and cuddly. Okay, this is a free think where we're getting our brain to think in another way, a different way than we usually do. Let your mind think all about the topic that I give you without pausing or stopping your thoughts, even if they are just, strange or unrelated. That's okay. Just keep going. And the topic is days off. Go. Okay, all right, days off. That is a favorite topic of mine. I love working, but I really like days off too. They're fun. All right, we're gonna go on to knees. Pull your abs in. Each time that you lift your knee, pull your abs in. And you're crisscrossing knee to hand. Lift as high as you comfortably can, but challenge yourself. But we don't want you to get hurt. This is a word association game. So I'll give you a word, and then you just say the first word that comes into your mind. Quiet. Apples. Light. Foot. Notebook. Cat. Elevator. Officer. Paint. Giraffe. Pine tree. Spots. Mouse. Green. Shelf. Tomato. Okay, good work, thinkers. Your longevity is grooving. Okay, now we're gonna walk in place just for a minute as we do our transition. You can always come back here and walk in place. Remember, pull those abs in. The next exercise that we're gonna do, and it's really great for our brains and longevity, is squats. Okay, so stand about feet hips width apart, and then we're just going to do squats, feet turned out. And these are thinking questions. What is your favorite thing to eat or drink in the fall? And then explain why. If you have extra time, you can list more favorites. Okay, go. Okay, squats are really good because they get the oxygen really pumping to our brains. And that's really good for longevity. All right, now we're going to switch over to skaters, where you're crossing one leg behind you and you're getting down low. And this is called connections. What I call connections. I'm going to ask you to think of about 5 events in your life that make you very happy. So I'll give you some think time to do that. Go. Okay, now see if you can find any patterns or themes in these events. I'll give you a little more time for that. But remember, you're using your brain in a little different kind of a way. Looking for patterns or themes is a little different than what you normally do. All right, go. All right, fantastic work. Thinking for longevity. All right, you are doing awesome. All right, now we're going to be walking up and back and up and back. Pull your abs in. I have to remind us. All right, in my last video, I talked about some neuroscience research, an article from Kobe University that is in Japan, on how optimists think in sync when imagining the future. And I wanted to share some connections to our longevity work here at Thinking on the Moon. Imagining the future, positive or negative, activates complex brain networks. Optimists do this fluently and consistently, keeping their cognitive machinery well oiled. We apply it to things like this one for longevity. Plan a dream trip. I'm going to give you time to do that now. So plan a dream trip in your mind. Okay, go. Okay, I want to hear about these dream trips in the comments. All right, mine started out like in the summer, and then I went to the winter, and then I ended up in the fall. So I wonder what happened with yours. All right, I have a shout out to JKKJMC, who said they were not so good on the 1960s, but they still had fun. So I'm glad about that. All right, it's time for heel digs, where we flex our foot and cross it in front of the other leg. This is more bilateral simulation. And we're slowing things down. This is, I like to call it like our soul connection. And this is very important for longevity too. I'm going to ask you to soak in the love and then radiate it out around you. So just imagine that you are surrounded by a huge amount of love, and it's like hugging you, covering you, and you feel it seep into your body and your whole self. That love. Imagine how that would feel. Or actually, how does it feel? Soaking in love. Now take that love and then radiate it all around you, out of your body, in through the room you're in the building you're in, the city or town, state or province, country, that love radiating all throughout the country. And now continent, all around the world, across the oceans, throughout the whole world, until it wraps around itself. Out through the atmosphere, through our solar system, and galaxies, and universe. I know they're all very far away, but this love can move fast. It's instantaneous. Well, your brain and longevity just got stronger, and so did your active aging. Consistency is the magic multiplier. Aim to do Thinking on the Move 4 days a week. You can do more than one a day. They're pretty short. You can just click the link to subscribe and we'll do it together. Also, turn on notifications. It's the little bell. If you have someone that you want to live a long, healthy, happy life, independent life with, then please consider sharing this with them. There's a little share button. It has the arrow on it, and it says share. Well, you did it. Thank you for thinking on the move. It means the world to me. And until next time,